Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have RC and Professor Flowers with us on a Tuesday night. What's going on, fella?
Chilly Tuesday night.
A chilly Tuesday night. Yes, man.
Hey,
so cold. Hey. So cold.
I didn't go to work today.
Oh, look at this man bragging. Look at this man bragging over here.
I'm bragging. Hey, I walked outside. Hell no. No. He couldn't kill me.
Well, hey, not everybody able, RC. You know, I was checking my phone early this morning.
Listen, bro, we know for a fact we lost a guy. Guy passed away. They replaced guy. Guy ain't been bitching no more. So you better start taking your days if you got them.
I know that's right.
I know, right? They don't miss a beat. God, I was so waiting for that morning text. Then all of a sudden, all I hear is like, come in a later time. I was like, oh, shit.
I couldn't even move my car, though. It frozen.
Frozen. Man, my wife had to take me to work this morning because I couldn't get the ice off my windshield fast enough. I already waiting like 20 minutes for a defrost. I was like, man, bump this. I'm just get my wife to take me.
Dish soap, rubbing alcohol, and luke cold water.
Okay.
I'll have to try that. I'm going to try that. It don't matter anyway. I was working. I couldn't even feel my hands. So I like bump it. I'm going back inside.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be colder tomorrow, they said.
Probably 9 degrees tonight around this way.
Man. Well, I'm going to be starting late tomorrow, too. Man, it's Wildcard weekend. What a weekend it was. Indeed. A lot of storylines. NFL, they do a good job of writing storylines. They do a good job keeping fans, interested and attentive. So let's start off with the first game that capped off the weekend, the wild card weekend, was the Browns and Texans, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Browns lose to the Texans 45-14. Flacco, man, he said he's too old to be out here. And it kind of showed the rest of the game. So, Flowers, were you expecting this outcome?
I wasn't expecting them to get beat down like that, but we do have to give credit to where credit's due. D'Amico Ryans, this is the second time seeing him, had a great game plan for Joe Flacco and company.
Mm-hmm.
I know Mark Cooper and stuff were hurt. That didn't help the case, but, man, Derek Stingley and company was all over those guys. Joe didn't have time, and when Joe gets nervous, Joe throws it to the other team. And it happened quite a few times this past weekend.
Man, I was kind of shocked how fast the game flipped. Because the Texans scored on the first drive.
Yeah.
So they were showing that they were serious, man. I was just like, okay.
So
they were going back and forth. Yeah, they were going back and forth. Then all of a sudden, Joe Flacco getting happy feet. He started doing crip walking and 8-time stomping and all that type of stuff. Then he just started throwing stuff. So I was like, man. So when he threw the first pick six, I was like, okay. They still in there. I think that at that point they were down like 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
Then here comes the second one, next drive. I was like, oh, that's a wrap. So CJ Stroud, he came out and proved that he's a top 5 quarterback.
I think
I was safe to say now, because I was fighting like, nah, I ain't gonna give it to the young kid yet. But man, he continued to make big time throws at the big time moments when they really need it, right? he never took his foot off the gas pedal. Never. Go ahead.
Cleveland could not touch him.
Right.
The offensive line, the scheme, everything was perfect with C.J. Stroud.
Mhm.
C.J. 3-step drops, the ball is out. I don't even think he had a stain or anything on his jersey this past Saturday. You would think Myles Garrett and company would get some pressure on him, but man, he was non-effective. Just the pass rush in general was non-effective.
Mhm.
Secondary was everything that could have went wrong for Cleveland went wrong. I will give Cleveland this. I give them all the respect in the world for making it this far. I think they was on like their third or fourth string tackle. They had so many injuries. On the offensive line, their skill players and such. Fourth quarterback. But look, they made it this far, so we can't sit up here and just cry and mope for them. You still got to go out and play the game. And D'Amico Ryans and that coaching staff and that team were just it was a better team and a better coaching staff.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. RC, what did you think about C.J. Stroud performance?
Hey, big up to C.J. Stroud, man, and my guy Nico Collins, man. They got a bright future together. Ohio State, Michigan connection. I just really was impressed with everything. Like you said, the game plan was spot on. That's why it's hard. It's in the National Football League. It's hard to beat a team more than once. But those guys look very prepared and ready. When you get to the playoffs, I always say there's no more bad teams. Not going to be any more gimmies. No more. Can't have a bad day. The bad day is your last day. So shout out to the Texans, man. Hope they keep it going. Shout out to D'Amico. And everything.
Shout out to them. This is the perfect quote by C.J. Stroud. I think everybody counted us out. Houston versus the world. So they play against Baltimore.
Good luck.
This coming up week, and it's gonna be nice. I do have something to show y'all. Let me see. Can I download it real quick? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. Houston versus the Baltimore. Oh yeah. Lamar Jackson said C.J. Stroud performance was better than his. His rookie playoff performance was better than his. Do you agree, Flowers?
Yeah. Probably one of the greatest rookie performances. I mean, we can just stop at halftime. I think he had like 3 touchdown passes at half and like 250 something passing yards, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the first quarterback in NFL history to do that. So hands down, this is probably one of the best quarterback performances from a rookie we've ever seen coming in and starting his first game in the playoffs.
Right. Impressive performance indeed. And I wonder how Gatwood feel right now. I sent
like
y'all.
Go ahead.
I'm saying, Kyle, we don't know where his alliances lay. Like Cat Williams say, I didn't know your alliance with losers.
He switched back over to look. He put his resignation in Cleveland and joined the winning side this past weekend.
All right, I should have seen Gatwood at me. Like, I didn't know your allegiance is with losers. So I thought this picture was pretty funny. I'm about to show it right now.
That's crazy.
Hey, what he looked like this doggone dude. He said he didn't even have to use the size polish to get to this place.
He done stole all my fame. Hopefully, don't steal my women. That's exactly how he looks.
You got that look, though.
If that's not one of the headiest look I ever seen in my life,
yeah,
I don't know what is. So, that man, good win by the Texans. Shout out to C.J. Stroud and D'Amico Ryan. Oh, yeah, D'Amico Ryan, Coach of the Year. Y'all think he's on it?
Hey, we're gonna base it off that, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he should be, man, because just off the strength, I know people want to say it's Kevin Stefanski because of everything, but we gotta look at this. Preseason, we thought Cleveland was gonna be pretty good. We didn't think the Texans was gonna be good, so we got to give Coach of the Year to D'Amico.
I think we had him finish in like 23rd, somewhere in the 20th this year. So, all right, the Chiefs beat the Dolphins 26-7. Them Dolphins was cold. RC. Hey,
shot of water.
Look, yeah, right. See, I didn't know this stat. They said the Dolphins are 0-11 in sub 40-degree temperature games.
Tua is 0-11.
Tua.
In temperature. Yeah, it's 2. I think
Well,
it's 2.
They said since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead, RC.
I don't hold that against him because it was a different regime. But what I will say is what we talked about all year has held true with them and the Cowboys. It's like when they playing against teams that can give them any type of pushback, they lose. I'm not surprised by anything that I saw. I had the Chiefs winning because they know how to win. The Dolphins was extremely injured. I'm hoping that McDaniels ain't take the shit that Shanahan had going on in San Francisco and brought it to Miami. He need to get a vaccine or something because all his defensive players are injured. But I wasn't shocked, guy. I think the thing for me is now where do they go now? Because teams are starting to catch up and starting to be more like, after you put the 70 up on Denver, you really wasn't explosive after that. But teams are starting to catch up. They know the scheme. The scheme's been running across the National Football League. I think Miami take a step back, because that division, Aaron Rodgers will be healthy next year. So, and then hopefully New England get they shit together. But I was surprised by what I saw.
Flowers, what were your takeaway from that game?
Miami didn't belong there. Well, they belong in the playoffs, but just that setting in Kansas City, they didn't belong there. They didn't want to be there. Look, they were trying to psych themselves up before the game, going out with no shirts on. I don't know why people do that. Just
stupid.
Just trying to show some.
because because I think we can honestly say that those people in Kansas City are built for that kind of weather. They're used to it. Anybody down in South Florida that's been down there and used to that, man, they don't know what they're dealing with when they have to come in kind of conditions like that. And the Miami Dolphins were just so beat up. The defense, they weren't gonna be able to knock heads with Kansas City in that kind of inclement weather. You gotta be physical. You gotta be able to match that punch. That's all Kansas City did. Kansas City didn't do anything special. They got the ball to the Rice kid, Kelsey a few times, ran the ball for Pachenko. That's what they've done all year. But just their will was bigger than Miami's, in my opinion. I know Tyreek got a touchdown. But other than that, Tua, he looked like he was frigid. Like he didn't have the arm talent to be able to throw the ball, or maybe he was just cold and just didn't reach.
Yeah, he was
I
cold.
don't know. But maybe they should have probably ran the ball a little more, I think. Tried to, I guess, blooded the game up in a sense. But how can you do that? I'm sitting here saying this, but now I realize, how do you do that when you're not that kind of team?
That's a very good question, because they ran the ball a couple times. They saw it wasn't really doing anything, so they went away from it, which that was a big mistake because Tua looked frozen out there. He looked like he was just like he was ready to go home. Half of the team looked like they were ready to go home.
Yeah.
In the first quarter. Like, that's how bad it was. So obvious. It was so obvious. Like, McDaniel seemed like he couldn't get the play in fast enough to the guys. He was just calling basic stuff. Like, what happened to all the motion they were doing in the season?
I didn't see
none of that.
I think the worst thing the NFL and the NBA did was, the NFL adding that extra weekend of football, and the NBA doing the play-in, because you have people that don't belong there. When you had the original formats, you made them earn it. It's kind of like in the NBA, the Lakers are going to make the play-in probably, but they're not playing playoff basketball. They're not deserving to make the playoffs. And so the Dolphins, I'm not going to say they didn't deserve it, but it would make teams put their best on the field. Like, they bagged into the playoffs. So, I mean, it's kind of like I kind of expected it because they haven't played their best football in a while.
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
I was more shocked of, prior to the game, how many people were really behind Miami this past weekend, thinking they really stood a chance. I had a lot of people in my ear. I think Miami gonna go to Kansas City and beat them. And I'm sitting here thinking, or telling them how. Please tell me how. If you can explain to me how they're gonna beat them, I'll bet them. Couldn't do it. Right. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, because the Chiefs are physical. Their defense is not like the defense 3 years ago where they would get burnt all day. This is a physical secondary. These guys, you saw what he did. Snead did Tyreek Hill on the line. I mean, them guys, they look forward to the
Off the line.
physicality. Right.
And
so,
until the Chiefs lose, bro, I ain't counting them out.
I wasn't impressed by the Chiefs. They missed a lot of stuff. Kelsey dropped Kelsey had 3 drops, 2 of them was pretty important. And the only player, if Rice wasn't catching a ball like he was, then who was doing something?
Exactly.
Pacheco was decent. He had a couple good runs, but
Travis Kelce, it's been a rough year for Travis Kelce, man. Like, he get all the black women out there, and then he went to the Swifties, and now black women mad at him because no black women love a white man with a fade and a beard. They automatically just love that, and then he went and shaved it off and put the police, the sheriff goatee,
the handlebar mustache,
and got the Swifties. But he looks like he looked like he going out there after having sex or something. He don't have no drive, no mojo, no energy. He look tired, He kind of going through the motion. He even running slower than he's running. So I just need Tyler. Tyler's not on the show, so me and Tyler, I wanted to bring something up to Tyler. Tyler know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Like if you're a bachelor or a single guy, you gotta be able to get some sleep at night, man. And I think that's the problem with dude, man. He don't look the same. It ain't injury, bro. That girl's
injury, partying. Yeah, she's partying. Injury, haven't taken them all over the place.
He ain't no spring chicken either.
He's old now. He's old.
No, he's been old in football years, but I just think, some of the passes that he dropping, man, it's like it looks
wide open.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Easy stuff. So I know what question I want to ask y'all. I've been hearing voices talking about Tua, that the Dolphins need to go get a real quarterback. Flowers, is this on Tua that he just can't get the team over the hump, or you just think it's just a little bit of everything with the Dolphins offense?
I'm not gonna sit up here and just put the sole blame on Tua. They haven't had a good offensive line, and Lord knows how they traded Larry Tunsil away from. We can go back and revisit all that. They had Larry Tunsil as a left tackle and everything else, and they got rid of him. For picks and stuff. But that's, if anything, fix that. Fix the offensive line. They lost their top pass rushers throughout the year. They'll get healthier on defense, but probably what the Dolphins probably need to do, fix that offensive line, focus on that, bolster your defense. Tyreek Hill and Waddle cannot beat 90% of your offense when you're throwing. So maybe they need to get a slot guy. Maybe they need to get a better tight end. Maybe they just need to get some here and there to help, but mainly they probably need to, if they want to be San Francisco, they're going to have to get more physical. You can't be a finesse team, and, it gets to this time of the year and think you're going to, outrun somebody and outland somebody. It's not going to happen. You got to get more physical.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, I just about to say, they probably need some better linebackers, too. And then bolster up that linebacking core.
I think they have everything they need, man. I think what Flowers said, he's spot on. It's all a part of the process, man. It's kind of like we look at teams across the National Football League. They have a lot of talent. You're like, what do they need? Like Dallas, what do they need? It's just being physical, having an identity, sticking to the run, sticking to what you do well, embracing everything that comes along with football. What's wrong with the athlete today is they pampered, man. They got a lot of quit in them. They got a lot of Randy Moss in them. They quit. And like I watched Ray Lewis talk about the Tampa Bay Eagles game, and he was frustrated with what he was seeing. Like, the game is just different, man. And so those who treat it like it mean everything, it shows up on Sunday. And those who treat it like, we're just there for the lifestyle, it shows up as well.
Well, Green Bay showed up not just for the lifestyle, but they showed up for the game. They manhandled the Cowboys in their own state. You don't allow somebody to come to your house and knock you out in the first quarter. In the first quarter, they laid the haymaker on the Cowboys, 48-32.
Don't let the score fool you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was all garbage time. RC, go ahead and let the Cowboy fans.
Man, I want to talk to Michael Parsons because
please do.
Everybody's screaming Bill Belichick is coming to Dallas. Belichick Belichick gonna require him to be quiet. You giving, all this, complaining on his podcast every week, bigging up certain people, talking about certain people, saying this. Focus on your team. Everybody has a front porch. Sweep around your own front porch. Worry about you. And Sunday, before the game Sunday, he talked about he was going to be phenomenal. Well, he must have been talking about Green Bay was going to be phenomenal because it was phenomenal. But, Dallas has had problems with that scheme, playing against that style of offense. San Francisco, Miami, Green Bay, they all run the same offense. And I saw Musgrave sneak out the back. They look like Kittles. I've seen this. I know that offense, man. It's like they can't stop the run. But one question I got for Dallas and Jerry Jones: how the hell you build a team without linebackers?
Oh, preach, brother.
Who the hell is your linebackers, man? Like when I watch Dallas play, the interior of their defense and the linebackers is safeties down in the box. You ain't stopping no run, no physical run game with no safeties down in the box or linebackers that look like they 9 pounds, 6 ounces. It ain't work. But I feel like, to me personally, man, it was the best and the worst thing that can happen for Dallas, because now they haven't been humiliated in the playoffs. Now in the regular season they have, but to get humiliated by a 7 seed who backed into the playoffs, like humble pie, man. That's a warning shot to Baltimore, San Francisco, Buffalo. You better not take nobody lightly. Your ass going home.
That's why I said it wasn't even funny after a while.
No.
Like it like after a while, I was like, dang on down. After a while, like, bro, this sad. Because I guess you could have seen this happening because of the regular kind of teams they lost to.
Yeah.
And we saw Jordan Love coming on at the end with Romeo Dobbs and Reed. And it just felt like we should have saw a upset coming, because we already knew the Dallas corners. We don't believe in those guys. Like a lot of people believe in like Bland and Hooker. And we seeing Dobbs, it seemed like it was the same route. I promise you, it was the same route. And he was open in the middle of the field like 3 or 4 times.
Sitting in that zone.
So like what's the deal?
Look like a deer. It looked like they were cutting like deer. Look like deer running from hunters, man. Like that route, he almost fell. He stumbled out of that route. There was nobody near him. Nobody. Like, man, it was
Dallas
hard.
didn't come prepared. They didn't come prepared, and it showed. I don't know, they took Green Bay lightly, or Green Bay just really exposed them. But I didn't see no leadership on that side of defense. I didn't see no accountability. I just saw guys like just taking it. Like, I didn't see nobody getting upset, yelling, like, come on, doing a hoorah, getting everybody fired up. Like, man, we Dallas. We Dallas. We the Cowboys, America's team. Like, come on.
I don't like people pouring on Dak. I'm going to say this about Dak Prescott.
Right.
Dak Prescott didn't get the hell out of Dallas. He's unappreciated. He had a rough game to start, but man, you can't ask this dude to throw the ball 60 times without a run game, a true run game. Troy Aikman had Emmitt Smith. His rookie year, Dak had a real good Zeke Elliott. Like, you should have replaced Zeke with King Henry or somebody. You can't ask this guy to be Dan Marino. I said that early in the year. Asking Dak Prescott, who needs a good run game and a strong play action game, to be effective playing the style of the way Dan Marino plays. It's just stupid. It don't make sense.
Yeah, and before I go to five real quick, like everybody blaming Dak, making memes about Dak, but let's not forget about CeeDee Lamb. His little escapade he had on the sideline on the first drive, guy. On the first drive, you having problems already. So what happens? Well, I think it was 2 drives later with the Cowboys, 2-3 drives later. He throws a pick 6, and guess to who? He was throwing to CeeDee Lamb, because CeeDee Lamb was being a little punk about getting the ball. Like, stop being. I had to word about. Like, stop being a diva. This is not the time and place to be a diva. It irks me, man. It irks me because it's not the time and place, especially in the first drive. It's plenty of game. It's plenty more game to go to get you the ball, to try to scheme you in. We saw what the Packers was doing to you. Okay, let us adjust, not complain and cry because you're not getting the ball as you think you should on the first drive.
Yep.
Even McCarthy had to come over here and say something to him. So that tells you that Dallas had, like, it was problems prior to the game, obviously. people want focus, point blank. So, Flowers, what did your eyeballs tell you about the Cowboys?
Well, let me start with CeeDee Lamb. After that first drive, the whole year, I didn't see an interaction between CeeDee and Dak like that until that first drive. So I didn't get it. Like, seeing that, you can tell that their emotions and the focus and everything was all over the place. I guess because he didn't get his way or they didn't get their win in general. He wants to throw a fit. They didn't get you anywhere, unfortunately. Second, Michael Parsons. Boy, oh boy, Michael Parsons. I just don't understand how you can be labeled. Everybody labels you. I didn't do it as one of the best defensive player in the league, defensive player of the year. And for the past 2 years, 2 to 3 years, it might be 3, but definitely 2. In a big game, you do not show up. I didn't see David Bakhtiari out there. He's hurt. I know Green Bay, they've always had good offensive lines, but you're Michael Parsons. You're supposed to trash the game. You're supposed to go make an impact. You're supposed to go get the ball back. Jordan Love didn't get touched, I don't think, that whole game. RC said it best. Where are your linebackers? You have safeties playing linebackers, and Green Bay is just lining up on the center, handing the ball off to Aaron Jones, and they're getting hell of a push because you have 215, 220-pound safety/hybrid linebackers in the box. They can't fill the gap. How you gonna fill the gap? Third and most thing important, let's give all credit to the Green Bay Packers. I'm tired of talking about
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna give all credit to the
shout out to Jordan Love.
Because Jordan Love, I took it all back months prior because I seen it when it switched on. He played a hell of a game this past weekend. The poise, just everything he did this past weekend to beat that Dallas team, man, that's top tier. To see these young guys playing their first NFL playoff games come in and had this much success, man. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for Jordan Love, CJ Stroud. I can go on and on.
Yeah,
but
I'll say
Dallas,
this.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, we already heard Colin Hurd take on Jordan Love. Mine wasn't as harsh on Jordan Love as his was, but I was wrong about Jordan Love. First beginning of the season, he did show instances where he wasn't growing up, and that was worrying me. But now it seemed like I don't know what snap, but it seemed like he understanding how to play quarterback. He's taking what's given to him.
Time and reps. We all felt bad. We all had bad feeling about Jordan Love at the beginning of the year, but we also, in all of our credit, we said, let's give him more time.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a time giver.
Yeah, we said, let's give him more time. And as soon as that happened, you started seeing it click. And I remember when me and Ben did the show about a month ago, and I think I said the Rams and the Packers were my final 2 playoff teams, and it came to fruition. Green Bay just matches up with Dallas. Like you take Jordan Love off this team, you put Brett Favre on there. A lot of Green Bay's personnel, they played Dallas before. Jair Alexander, Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, all those guys. They played them. The offense in general. Aaron Jones. I know Christian. Oh yeah, they played. Yeah. Dallas went to Green Bay last year and lost against Aaron Rodgers. So they wouldn't intimidate anything by Dallas. Feel sorry for Jerry Jones in a sense because he's not getting any younger, and he's pouring his heart out because he wants that team to win. But maybe that should be Jerry's. That should be Jerry's hint that maybe he does need to get out the way. And I'm gonna say this, and we can move on. The only reason I was saying Bill, I can see Bill going to Dallas last week because in my Gemini mind, please forgive me, y'all. I know I'm going somewhere with this. Both of them have been through similar things they need to change. As far as Bill, he's had all the control. He needs to give it away. Jerry, he talks too much. He needs to give away his power. So in a sense, they could kind of fluctuate because one could learn from another. If Bill was to go there, Jerry could do all the talking and Bill could do all the work. But I don't think Bill's going to go there.
Yeah, because they're taking away, if Bill Belichick have power over personnel and making the right decisions over Jerry, because Jerry like his flashy guys.
His son, Steven is over the personnel. That's why it's gotten better over the past 6 or 7. That I will say. Stephen Jones is the one making the decisions. That's why they've gotten better talent.
So why they ain't go get a couple of receivers, man? We saw Cedric Wilson catching.
I said
we saw.
I ain't say free agency.
We saw Cedric Wilson. Oh, did Cedric Wilson catch? No, he didn't have a touchdown on catch on. No, he didn't. Well, but he had a couple catches in the Dolphins game. I had one good catch.
I'll never understand why they kept Michael Gallup, and I know he made a few catches, but Michael Gallup was hurt. I think he tore his ACL. The Cedric kid, he had a great year. Wilson kid had a great year when Gallup went down. They let him go.
And they bring in Brandon Cooks. And what were Brandon Cooks? Getting locked down.
He should be in the slot. He should be in the slot.
This is the issue with Dallas, though, man. Number one, you're no longer feared. You're like the Los Angeles Lakers. You're like the Yankees. You're like teams that were feared traditionally over the years. You're not feared anymore by other teams. No one's scared of Dallas. No one fears the star. I mean, these kids are too young to understand the tradition. Number two, you drafted Michael Parsons while I had Jalen Smith and Sean Lee and Vander Rush, and Michael Parsons was a linebacker and a damn good one at Penn State, and you dropped him down in the box and made him a defensive end, which he should be playing linebacker because he can roam free and do a lot of the stuff. You still can blitz with him. You still can do all that stuff you want to do, but you aligning this guy who Trent Williams and others are saying are very small. Once you get your hands on, you can get him. And you're rushing him over the center, which makes no sense. Okay. Then last but not least, y'all got to look at it like this. Bill Belichick can't reach the young players in New England. The group he'll be taking in is a mild-mannered CeeDee Lamb who's starting to get frustrated. A mild-mannered Dak Prescott who's starting to feel the pressure of being a Cowboys quarterback. A very loud and very boisterous, front-running defensive player in Michael Parsons, who he gonna have to shut up because the Patriots don't talk about anything, everything's internal. And then also, can he, Belichick's not feared. People, his scheme is old. It's like McCarthy, Belichick, Tomlin, Peyton. Those styles, which they want to play, is outdated, and they're getting washed by teams who have evolved and doing something different. So for the Cowboys to take that next step here, it's not beating the 49ers. It's not beating anybody in the National Football League. It's addressing the Cowboys in the mirror because they have the talent and they have to understand that we got to be the aggressor. It ain't beating Philadelphia and San Francisco. It's beating everybody. You got to have that us against the world mentality to get over the hump. But guys, eventually, I don't know if I'm going to be alive to see it, but I've seen these movies before. San Francisco going through it with Kyle Shanahan. Michigan just did it. Eventually, Dallas is going to win a playoff game or get to the Super Bowl. And, it's just not right now, but it's going to happen.
Eventually. Well, with all that being said, of course, the fans have made something for Dak when it should have been McCarthy or Michael Parsons. So let's watch this little clip.
We got. I think there's no way
we letting one person get off the hook. We hold on now. We letting somebody get off the hook.
Who was that?
Dan Quinn.
Right.
What are you doing?
Go get a job off that bullshit. I don't understand, man. Like, he should get a job, man.
Did he come down from the press box? From his press box?
Shit, what does it matter?
So he needed to do a huddle. He needed to do a quick team meeting in the middle of the game.
We talk about Michael Parsons being LT. Dan Quinn want Michael Parsons to be Khalil Mack so bad coming out of college. He can't do what Khalil Mack did. Khalil Mack stood up, came in the league, stood up for a year, and put his hand in the dirt. He was doing both.
Yeah.
Still effective.
There, right.
Michael Parsons is I feel like we live in the moment. Michael Parsons, ladies and gentlemen, should never be mentioned with Lawrence Taylor again. He's not even better than Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas is better than
you know what Skip said? Skip came out and said he was overrated. I don't want to say overrated, but he's just not put in the right positions.
Skip is
Skip said he was
is an
overrated.
emotional train wreck. Michael Parsons is a damn good player. He's just being used wrong. I know people watch these shows and podcasts and they hear folks talk. And one of my favorite guys, believe it or not, is Dan Orlovsky. He knows his shit.
Yep.
They just want to bring Dan down because he stepped out the back of the end zone. But he watched football, you can tell. If you're looking at it with the naked eye, Michael Parsons is a linebacker.
Yep.
He is a fast linebacker. He's a very instinctive player. In that system that he's playing in Dallas, it's simplicity. It's not exotic. It's nothing special about it. They're allowed to get downhill and do what they do. But they're built to play with a lead. And when they don't have a lead, ladies and gentlemen, they don't get beat.
Question, y'all. I got a question.
They're pass rushing.
Do y'all recall seeing Dallas do like any kind of stunts or anything involving Parsons? I mean, because you can move this kid, or you can stand him up, you can move him around. He can play. They did.
Brought him over the center.
They just watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Then like stunts.
He just gets washed in the protection. Pretty much. Gotcha. Yeah, stand them up because they need that more. They need that more than now. Unless you're going to get an elite end to go opposite side of him.
I try to take a picture. I try to take a picture of that defensive setup on one drive and missed it, and try to go back and get it because I wanted to use it for something. And they had Parsons over the center, but then it was like everybody was kind of like in a tight spot, like junior high basketball. You'll watch junior high girl basketball. They put like a pile of answers. It was like ants. He was like all of them in one spot, and Green Bay just ran the ball to the outside. Yep. I was like, I mean, dude, it's not hard to see.
Was that third down? Was that third down run that he got to the outside?
Well, it was. I think it was, but it was strange because if you're gonna line Parsons up over the center and you're gonna let him stand up, first of all, he's not even taller than the center. You know, he's not a tall guy.
He get lost in there.
Right. And so once he starts to make his rush, all his stuff is done on quickness and agility. But once they get their hands on him, that's why he always crying about being held. Once they get their hands on him, he ain't going nowhere. So shout out to Dallas for doing what Dallas do again. I mean, never seemed to fail. Like every year it's the same shit. I'm kind of tired of seeing them do it.
Maybe the Dallas Cowboy fans be quiet for a season. Maybe this would be the season.
It's been 30 years. It's like 30-something years now since they've been.
You think they'd be quiet, you know? Yeah. All right. The Lions beat the Rams 24-23. Jared Goff get Detroit first playoff win, since 91, was it?
91, 92, one of them.
Yeah. So our Flowers, man, Jared Goff, they sing his name, singing praises, making songs about him. What did you think about his performance?
Great game. Him and Matthew Stafford. Let me go and add that in there too.
Yeah.
Both of them came out dueling, man. They understood the magnitude of the game on both sides. Stafford coming back, and also Goff. And shout out to Dan Campbell for dapping his guy up, man. Post game, giving him the game ball, letting them know we wanted you here. I feel like that's very important because the truth is, Sean McVay didn't want him. And I can understand him wanting, a more seasoned vet in Matthew Stafford. It got him over the hump. But that Detroit team, man, they're probably going to end up in the NFC Championship against San Francisco. Can't wait to see it. Now I know I'm rushing it now, but they need to take care of business. But them being at home is probably the biggest thing they could ask for. Yeah. The road lines and the home lines are two different people.
Yeah. Didn't they already beat the Bucks? Didn't they already beat the Bucks this year?
Yeah, I'm quite sure they did.
Yeah,
I think they blew them out.
Yeah, cause the Lions, we played against the Lions this year, and they took it to us. RC, you got shout out watching the podcast for the first time, representing my cousin Ronnie RC Clark. Let them know, cuz. Let them know what's up, RC.
Not a game. Yep. Not a game. Shout out to my cousin and my little cousin. I know Duty watching. Duty, big 49er fan. Shout out to Big Duty.
Man, it's a lot of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drive around Laurel today. I saw like 3 or 4 49er flags. I'm like, yeah, they only bring them out when they doing good.
They've been good for a while. So they've been flying for a while.
Go ahead, Flower.
I just want to say this. I'm not going to touch on everything, but I do want to say The refs missed a lot of calls in this game.
Yeah.
Lot of stuff the refs did miss, and it played in Detroit's way in a sense. But overall, you gotta give Detroit credit, man. They took care of business because the Rams, they were hot. Puka Nacua. I wonder I don't want to say Cooper Kupp is taking a step back, but you do have to start asking questions. If Cooper Kupp wants to get paid, well, I think he wants to get paid. Do they move him since they have Puka Nacua? Because they do need to add some stuff onto this Rams team. Because I honestly think if the Rams get another year ahead and add a few more things, they can compete for another Super Bowl. That's a good team.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Cooper Kupp looked like he lost a step.
Yeah.
And from
I'm gonna tell you why in a minute.
Go ahead, RC. Give your analysis on the line.
Hey, listen, I have a belief. I saw with Calvin Johnson. I saw with Cooper Kupp, and with the Nacua kid, it's gonna be the same thing. Why is it me or do Matthew Stafford just force the damn ball to the best player on the team over and over and over? Did he not get Odell hurt just forcing the ball? Listen. I'm sure the kid is running and he hear the ball coming, whether he wanted it or not, it's coming. That year that Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown, he was getting the ball when he went open. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a lot of receptions, a lot of catches, a lot of targets, a lot of hits, a lot of him hitting the ground. Like he took a beating that year he won the Triple Crown. So yeah, he lost a step. That's why Calvin Johnson retired. There was nobody else beside him. And he's throwing the ball. I done seen Matthew Stafford throw the ball to Calvin Johnson into triple coverage.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not taking nothing away from Nacua. What's how to pronounce his name?
Yeah, you said Puka Nacua.
You said Puka Nacua.
I'm not taking anything from him, but there's nothing I ain't seen before. You can't tell me that. And that's what frustrates me when I watch defenses play the Rams. They don't bracket this guy, his best guy. You know the ball's going there. It's kind of like what Green Bay did to CeeDee Lamb. Then the safety came down and intercepted the ball. He was forcing it to CeeDee Lamb, walk his safety over and just watch his eyes. Eventually, he's going to come back to the middle of the field. But the kid is good. The Rams aren't in a rebuild mode. They drafted well. But I feel like what Flowers said, I feel like the NFL gave the Lions something in return for the ball they dropped in the Dallas game. Because that play, when the Nacua gets held and then gets illegally hit afterwards, that would have turned the game and the Rams would have won that game. But, it is what it is. They want to see the Lions in the NFC Championship, and we want to see them too if we get past Green Bay.
Yes, sir.
Your boy, what's your boy that played for the Lions, C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
Yeah, that's what I want to see right there.
Take care of your business, and we take care of ours, and we'll see you. We'll see you.
Yeah, you know what he said to Debo.
Yeah, a lot of people say stuff to Debo until they get on the field with him. So let's see. Take care of your part.
All right. The Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. I want to show you this quick video before we talk about this game. Take this down. All right, let's watch it.
A year left on your contract.
If y'all didn't hear what she said, let me play it again.
Run it back.
Mike, you have a year left on your contract.
Hey, bro, it look like your mom. It look like your mom when you ask your mama something. She done told you can't get it, or I done told your ass like, "Mama, can I go to the party?"
No, I told you.
You lost your man. You lost your man. He look like a fed up black woman, don't he?
Yeah, he look pissed.
Like Viola Davis,
So Mike Tomlin go out in a terrible fashion, losing to the Bills. And a lot of questions are surrounding his future with the Steelers. RC, I know you've been harking on it for the last couple months about Mike Tomlin and his future. So what do you think about that little incident between him and the reporter?
I've been saying it all year about the guys that's been in the league that I call the dinosaurs. It's Peyton, it's Parcells, Tomlin, McCarthy. They all have the same disease. It's 90s, early 2000 disease. And they all had that one quarterback that got them to that one Super Bowl, and those quarterbacks are gone, and now they look exposed. I feel like Mike Tomlin, I'm in a group, and they talk about black coaches, and I give them pushback. I said, man, I'm not I believe in equality and everybody getting a fair shot, but I don't believe in being mediocre, man, and him just being there and he's, preserving this, not having a losing record, but your team getting their ass kicked. That, I mean, as a Steelers fan, or not a Steelers fan, but Steelers fans probably feel like I did about Jim Harbaugh. What are we actually doing? Until you win a championship, what are we doing? He won one, but that's been so long ago. What do it really matter? And like, you can't live off of that, for only so long. You can't base your career now on just making the playoffs. You're getting into the playoffs when you got, and in that game, I saw it. He got a lot of talent on that team. That's a very talented team. But you're not addressing the quarterback position. You're not addressing the OC, and you just look like the game done passed you by, and it's okay. He's done a great job. He's a great coach. He's a awesome guy. But let somebody else occupy that seat. Because right now it's a young coach game, and let them guys do what they're doing, and let Pickens be the star that he gonna be. Because right now you got him handcuffed.
Right, indeed. But I think they not really believing in Kenny Pickett talent. I know he looked good in college in Pittsburgh, but I don't know. He looked like he was progression. He was almost like Jordan Love, really. He showed promise at the end of last season, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like he digressed. Like he just went to original mode. He reverted back, got reset back to original mode. So we're gonna see what happened. RC got another shout out. RC Dobie, is that the name? It's watching too. Give him a shout out.
Yeah, that's my nephew cousin. Dobie, what's good? What's good, Dobie? Dobie, big time football player, big time.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big time 49er fan. I know he watch. He love.
Man, you just corrupt everybody around. You like a virus.
Yes, indeed.
My goodness.
Man, I want to say this real quick though, and I want to ask y'all opinion on this because I'm big on quarterbacks and giving them opportunities. When I think about Akili Smith, Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, Tim Couch, you name all them guys that ever been drafted in the first round. If you had a Kyle Shanahan or a guy that caters to you, you look different. Kenny Pickett needs a guy that's going to put him in the offense and that's going to build the offense around him. Because I'm telling y'all, Brock Purdy was good in college, but every step of the way, he had someone catering to his skill set. I think these coaches are failing. Brady is right. These coaches are failing these players. You got to have better coaches. Kenny Pickett, he ain't great, but he's not going to look great in trying to be Ben Roethlisberger. You got to allow him to be himself. So, on my bad, y'all go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Flowers, how you feel about the Bills with Josh Allen getting a huge victory over the Steelers? What do you think how they're going to fare in the playoffs going forward?
In my honest opinion, they're going to be in the AFC Championship. I don't think I don't think Kansas City's going to go there and beat them. This is the first time we're going to see Patrick Mahomes come on the road in a hostile environment. He gets away from his safe haven in Arrowhead. You got to go all the way to Rochester, New York, to Buffalo, to play up there. It's going to be cold. Both of them will be used to it. But Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills have had Kansas City's number over the past 2 years. So I don't see Mahomes, unless the refs get involved. I don't see Mahomes and company going up there and outdueling Josh Allen and company. I just don't see it. I do want to nick off of RC's back about Tomlin, though. I agree with you half of it. I do half of it. I don't. I think Tomlin can still coach in this league. I think it's just another Andy Reid in Philly situation to where it's just time for him to go somewhere else. I think if you put him,
nice comparison.
Yep.
I think if you put him, like you say, these old heads. Yes, the new younger coaches need to work with these quarterbacks because it's a different league. But if you put Tomlin like with Herbert, if you put him in that, if you put him with a seasoned team,
Dallas,
with a good quarterback, I think he can still win some games and take a team like that further than what he's taken, what he has in Pittsburgh further. Because if you can win 10 games with that roster, because I want to see somebody else come in and hold that all together like Tomlin's been doing, over the past 10 plus years.
What's the guy?
Go ahead.
What's the OC Tomlin had that went to Arizona? What's his name? Cool brother. White guy.
Oh, you
Who's
talking
that?
about
What's his name?
you talking about
Wait,
what's
he fell out. He fell out with AB and went up to
yeah,
the front.
he fell out with. I mean, he was down there in Tampa Bay. What's his name?
Yeah,
I can't have a brain card.
No, it wasn't Leftwich. He was
I can't think of his name right now.
I cannot think of his name.
I'm failing him because he's a good coach. But I agree with you, bro. But there's a difference between Tomlin and Andy Reid, and this Andy Reid is an offensive mind genius.
Oh yeah.
Tomlin's over there. He's a defensive-minded coach, and that's the problem that they got in New Orleans. And defensive-minded coaches, they don't link up with a great OC, kind of how like Kyle Shanahan did with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn called the defense in Atlanta, and Shanahan had offense. And you just focus on your room, and I focus on mine. Tomlin needs to be able to say, "Hey, let me go get you a good offensive coordinator, and let me focus on defense."
But I think that can work though. Is if your head coach is defensive mind coach, then he need to be surrounded with an offensive genius.
That's what I'm saying.
That way he don't have to, but that's way he don't have to worry about.
Well, you can't find a up and come. I'm just saying, if D'Amico Ryans was in San Francisco with the offensive coordinator that he has now, you can't find somebody young, up and coming.
Hey, how about you go to Washington and get Eric Bieniemy and bring him to Pittsburgh? Because listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Talk is cheap. He's not. It's kind of like the difference between being a Clipper and a Laker. You're a Steeler. You can't get over. Pittsburgh fans, just like Dallas fans, they expect to win every year. So you can't be over there in Pittsburgh acting like you in Carolina. You see what I'm saying? Expectations. No disrespect to the New Orleans Saints when I finna say this, but you can get away with that in New Orleans. You can't get away with that in Pittsburgh because of the history, the tradition. You know what I'm saying? Them fans they go into every season thinking they got a shot to win a Super Bowl. Week 1, we played them. You couldn't have told me a more hype matchup week 1.
Yeah.
We go in there and we lay their ass down. We mow grass with them, but only because you got it's the style, man. It's a style. Styles make fights. And Pittsburgh was known for running the ball, play action, and great defense. Now what are they doing now?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing. I see. You could use another example besides the Saints. God, it's the second time you use my team as an example.
I'm saying,
last episode, you could have used the Jets.
Okay, I could have used the Jets, but you can tell me this: you don't have a tradition where your fan base is expecting you to win a Super Bowl every year. Can you say that?
Now since Sean Payton set the bar, they going in.
Bro,
that's why they
listen. See, I want you to take your Saints jersey off right now. Lay that something over here for a minute and look into the camera and listen to what I'm saying. Traditionally, you have one Super Bowl. One.
It's a new tradition now.
I don't care if I got 5 rusted rings. When you look at the tradition of San Francisco, the tradition of Dallas, even New England has tradition now. That fan base is delusional. They have high expectations. They are harder. Saints fans will get there. But I was just saying, you can get away with it in New Orleans, what he's doing in Pittsburgh. Am I lying? If he made the playoff this year, you've been happy to make the playoff with him.
I mean, we in the playoff, we got a chance. If you give us the playoffs, that means we have a fighting chance. No, that means, but that's one. If you make the playoffs, that means you have a fighting chance. I don't want to make the playoffs and not have a chance.
But
anything can go in the playoffs. Anything.
Did you in your heart ever believe?
Just let me get there.
Okay, here's an even better comparison. In the NBA, there's a team called the Atlanta Hawks that get up every year. Every year they start their season knowing damn well they ain't going to win shit. Okay, in the NFL, you got a team. Pittsburgh could not get in that category where they wake up, start off. You got them guys buying jerseys and Sunday packages, thinking we don't have a shot at winning a Super Bowl. He getting to that point. Like,
I have a question.
That's not great.
I'm asking both of y'all this question. Let's take the teams out of it. That we just talking about the coach in general. Mm-hmm. Do we believe as a panel Mike Tomlin can get a team to the Super Bowl? Right now.
I don't think I do no more. I don't think I do no more, man. I think you only can motivational speaker. They can only do that so much, man. Like at some point, it's schematics, and I just feel like I don't think he can. Not no more. Not me.
I would say because he has a track record of beating adversity overcoming certain things with players, and you bring in new players and they getting the job done. Like you spoke highly of Najee Harris. You know, they went from Le'Veon Bell, then they bring in, you know, some young guys. So it just all depends on if his problem is the offense. If he can fix the offense side of the ball,
bro,
then
his problem is being in one place too long. 17 years. Sometimes
that's why the Andy Reid comparison was pretty good. Sometimes you just need a fresh start.
Spot on with that. I think hearing that voice, that message, walking in those hallways, seeing the same shit, seeing that snarl on his face, seeing that chin strap beard, seeing that whole cool laid back brother, like it's kind of like you being in a marriage with your wife and she's just got used to you. It's nothing wrong with your marriage, but it's kind of like I wake up to him every day, so I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna take for granted what other people be like. Wow, Ben doing a podcast, doing really great. Well, she's probably in her sleep. You see what I'm saying? The Pittsburgh Steelers fans, the Pittsburgh people in that organization and building, then heard that message so much, they're taking it for granted. If you inject that into the Carolina Panthers, they're gonna take off. See what I'm saying? You inject that into the Dallas Cowboys, they're gonna take off, which I do believe now that I'm saying that, Flowers, I gotta retract what I said. Him going somewhere else, yeah, he would take a team to the playoffs because the message is new and different to a different set of ears. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're right, Flowers.
Yeah. Especially if he went to Dallas, they'll bring more structure, more discipline.
Lot of these teams need accountability, and that's the number one man that's gonna hold you accountable.
Yes.
And that's something DA is not doing, is accountability. That's why Jameis went and 10 other guys went rogue. So, all right. The Buccaneers, man, they stomped the Eagles. They just stomped them.
Wave my coach towel for them Eagles.
Hey, the Eagles the Eagles are waving that white flag. They're like, stop, we can't take it no more. Call the game. Man, 32-9. RC, I don't let you get first deals because of your, I want to say hatred, dislike of the Eagles.
No hatred.
Hey, bro, listen. I want to get this out the way. This is a message for all young athletes. Michael Jordan said in The Last Dance, you know, let's see what it sounds like when it's 0-0. And see, they were talking trash when they were 10-1. When they started going through their adversity, they didn't even walk in the arena. They had a receiver not even show up, supposed to be a Pro Bowl receiver, didn't even show up to play in the game. He all of a sudden was injured and out and gone. The loudest guy in the room.
At a boxing match. Don't forget that.
With the swagger and talking shit. That's what I didn't like about the Eagles is you had all this macho, this animosity towards the 49ers and saying how much better you were than the Cowboys. And then you start facing the adversity that we had already faced. And it looked like it was the first time you had ever experienced anything. I don't like teams like that. And what happened to them the last 6-7 games of the year is a great example of, you know, building the team off of names and not really replacing what you lost. They went and drafted every Georgia defensive player that they could get, and that didn't work. Me and Flowers tried to tell your ass that. Did we try to tell the University of Philadelphia?
Man, I think a little bit deeper than that. It's a little bit deeper than that.
The University of Philadelphia Bulldogs got them. That defense went to the shitter after last year. And so my thing with Philadelphia is I'm not surprised by them because the Giants handled them. You know, the Cardinals handled them. A Tampa Bay team that's scrappy. We played Tampa Bay earlier this year. I was shocked how good they are on defense and how scrappy they are on offense. They're gonna give they're gonna give Detroit all they want to. So shout out to Nick Sirianni for showing your true color, because you only can fake it for so long. Like your true colors have been shown now. I think he's gonna probably be out of there.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna get fired.
If he don't get fired this year, it'll be next year.
Yeah, but I'm saying he coming off,
do it now.
Doing what he doing. Wow. I mean, they did want a lot of injuries too, and just a bad secondary in general. A lot of that stuff can be fixed.
Everybody's dealing with injuries.
Right.
Everybody.
But a lot of that stuff can be fixed, especially with the secondary. That's terrible. That was how they came out and played. That was just
wasn't Bradbury on the team last year?
Yep.
Did he not
You
get
digress? Can you? Oh, see, you act like that. You cannot get back. Like you cannot digress as a player.
Was he not in the Super Bowl getting turned around, fought like he was chasing his tail when he was going Juju Smith? Like he couldn't cover Juju Smith. We talking about Juju Smith. So Bradbury been in that secondary, and they ain't had no.
Well, he looked worse. He looked like he took 10 steps back.
Because he drafted the University of Georgia. Come on, man.
All right, Flowers, go ahead. Give your analysis on that Buccaneers and Eagles game.
Pathetic. The Eagles. Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts, to me, skill-wise, are the only players that showed up that wanted to play. This is what I don't get about A.J. Brown. I like A.J. Brown. I'm just starting to think he's a diva. Yeah. Or maybe a cancer. I remember when Jalen first got there. Oh man, him and Jalen Hurts were the best of friends. Oh man, hey, tell Philadelphia I want to come there. Jalen said, okay, make a call, they get them there. They supposed to be the best of friends, and now they can't stand each other. I don't get it. I think that speaks more of A.J. Brown more than Jalen Hurts. And I will say this about Jalen Hurts: he's too stoic for no apparent damn reason whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I understand you the son of a coach. You know, you try to keep a straight face, poker face. Brother, you got to show some emotion. Like I seen Dallas Goedert hollering at him on the sideline. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he just standing there like, you know, he's just like he's in another world. You know, he speaks in riddles and like he's Homer in the Iliad and Odyssey, you know, writing poems, you know, saying all this shit. Dude, show some emotion. Because I think that's what Philly needed last night. Maybe they need somebody to bark at them. I see Jalen Hurts, and I'm not trying to knock him. He's a great kid. Like I say, he tries to carry himself to where it's like he's unscathed, but he is. Mm-hmm. Because Tampa Bay sent the house at him. And I do have questions about the offensive line because this is supposed to be one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And Jalen Hurts, he gets the ball. They send an 8 at him. He doesn't have time to do anything. So that's an offensive line thing. That's an offensive coaching scheme thing. I can go on and on, but just to be 10-1 and to lose 6 out of your last 7.
Yeah, they go 1 and 6
out of your last. I have never seen a downfall like this ever. Because usually when teams lose the Super Bowl, the whole year, they're trying to escape and bounce back. Philly didn't have that excuse. They start out the gate 10-1. Oh, you know, they bad and this and that, and they lose against San Francisco. San Francisco and Dallas take their nuts from them, and they can't find them.
They're in Santa Clara. Bro, what I tell y'all about them Browns? What I tell you about? Antonio Brown, James Brown, Chris Brown, Jeffrey Brown, AJ Brown. Y'all know Jeffrey Brown. He's from where I'm from. Them Browns is crazy as hell. I'm trying to tell you. Them Browns are loony toony, and that dude ain't no different. That dude didn't even show up. Was he at the game?
No. And there's no excuse because I seen TJ Watt is hurt. He's in cold ass Buffalo clapping on his teammates.
That's crazy, man.
Shoot, even Deshaun Watson was there. Even Deshaun Watson was in the Cleveland game.
You know what I'm saying? They're like Deshaun Watson's in a dome. Like I said, he's hurt. Tampa Bay is 70 degrees, 6 degrees out there. It's nice weather. TJ Watt knee is hurt, and he's in the cold weather. That shit don't mix. Cold weather and bad knees don't mix. That's crazy.
I forgot one important Brown. Bobby Brown. Don't forget about Bobby Brown. Crazy man. Like so.
Yeah, it took Bobby a long time to figure it out, but now he all right.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy. I didn't know he wasn't there. I didn't know he
So are y'all questioning Hurts' leadership? Y'all have a big question mark about that?
No, I don't want to question Hurts' leadership because to me it's like amongst men, he's the man, and a lot of them acting like children, his coach included. Mm-hmm. I just think that the Eagles, their persona matches with the coach.
But they look like they did 2 years ago. They digressed back to that Eagles when we were saying that Jalen couldn't read defenses. Let me explain something to you about Alabama quarterbacks that's starting to be exposed and people are starting to understand and see. They're limited. Okay, Tua, Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, those guys are limited. They're high level game managers of freaking Cam Newton. I said this to a guy that wanted to big up JJ McCarthy that played for Michigan. He game managed Michigan to a national championship. I don't have nobody who wanted. I have no problem with people saying that Brock Purdy's a game manager now, because if some bitch get me to a Super Bowl and he passes the ball 25 times, hey, I don't give a damn. Just win a Super Bowl. But I think there's levels to it. I think Jalen is a good quarterback, but I think also he is not the type of guy that I would say, okay, if I got a pick amongst 10 quarterbacks in the league, he's not number one. He's not even in my top 5. But and he looks that way because they talk about what Purdy has around him. He has a lot of great skilled players around him as well.
You made me think about something. Maybe that's why Philly's offense looks so kindergartenish, because they keep it so simple because of Jalen Hurts' style and his play style. So maybe they can't do anything complex, and maybe it's too much of a college feel with this offense. But I've also been saying the whole year, the offense left when Shane Steichen left.
That's right.
Because Shane Steichen put Jalen Hurts.
And the defense left too.
And called the game. And the defense left too. So now that we're looking at it now, they paid Jalen Hurts a year too early.
Yep.
What you should have did, we should have kept C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You should have kept T.J. Edwards. You know, you should have kept some of these other guys. Javon Hargrave. You definitely should have kept Javon Hargrave.
But no, they wanted to draft Ben's favorite defensive lineman, Jalen Carter, who has done nothing.
Man, he's been the best player on the Eagles besides Graham.
What?
Are you crazy?
Did you see Fletcher Cox last night?
And Fletcher Cox. But those are vets. But that's saying a lot for Jalen.
Okay, but they call him Baby Rhino and all this. Shit, I couldn't tell.
I think
Tampa Bay ain't got the greatest look. Listen to me. Tampa Bay doesn't have. Because we played them. So I watched Tampa Bay a whole game, and people will tell me that Philly's personnel is better than ours. I've been told we ain't shit the last 5-6 damn years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we sacked Baker 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, they got after Baker a few times, but it wasn't effective. What me and RC is saying about Jalen Carter, and I'm not trying to knock this man. I'm not, but you get picked that high, you gotta make a goddamn impact.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
And quit trying to automatically act like this man is Reggie White or Rick or
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying
listen to me, Ben. He doesn't have any moves.
None.
He's a rookie, but from what he's showing he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. He led the rookies in pressure. Did he not?
Where's Nolan Smith?
Nolan Smith. That's why he failed. That's why he failed. He's an in-betweener. He's an in-betweener. So I don't know how to use him right.
Is it player or is it scheme? Because let me tell you a little something I realized about football. There are only probably a handful of players that you can play any scheme and they'll look elite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even said this about a guy that's playing for us, Chase Young. He looked a little slow. Like, I don't know if his scheme fit or whatever, but
he ain't the same. Knee injuries and everything. He ain't the same.
But I got a Jaguar over there to get that house off the ground, Nick Bosa. I guarantee you put him in Philadelphia, he gonna look like the same Nick Bosa he doing in San Francisco. You put him anywhere, he gonna look the same way. These kids, just because you plucking them from Georgia, and put them in Philadelphia don't mean they're gonna look the same. What are they playing? What scheme are they playing?
But you know what though?
But that's the whole defense.
They still had, listen to me, they still had Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick. Sweat got a sack last night. They say he didn't have a sack in months prior to that. So
because they not
the only D line that was really doing something was Reddick. He was getting he was the only one that generated pressure.
They are like all the teams in the NFC East. They look really good with a lead.
Yeah.
Okay? If you let the Commanders get up on you 3 touchdowns, they're gonna kick your ass. They just be listen to me now.
10 your ears back, make somebody one-dimensional.
Because they got the Commanders got a defensive line that can hunt you when they playing with a lead. Dallas got a defensive line, hunt you when they play with the lead. Philadelphia is the same way. Like, you watched the NFC Championship game last year. I'm sure you did because you wanted to see us lose, so you watched the whole damn game. Did you not see how before halftime The game was close. If Dingbat don't turn the ball over, it's 14-7. He turns the ball over. I think it might have been 14-7.5. But anyway, their defense was having trouble. We didn't even have a quarterback. But once they got the lead, they was able to get more pressure. So my thing is, man, Philly, Dallas, the Commanders. But here's the thing. The Phillies and the Dallas better watch out for the Commanders and the Giants because they're going to eventually get better and come get those spots.
It just all depends. It just all depends with the Commanders. You know,
you gotta make the right hire.
Yeah, they make the right hire and they decide the quarterback decision. If they, I don't know, if they decide to go different from Sam Howell, they better hit because if they miss, then it's gonna set them back another 3 or 4 years.
Drake and Sam Howell the same player.
I take the
maybe they did make the jump. I feel like they might make a switch with the Bears and get Caleb Williams because Eric being enemy, you know, he played with Patrick Mahomes, and you know sometimes what Caleb Williams do remind you of Patrick, so they might make that jump and try to get Caleb Williams.
Well, is the enemy even gonna be there?
Right. Listen, bro. I ain't heard nobody say anything about Eric Bieniemy getting the head coaching job, and I have a problem with it. That's some bullshit, man.
Well, it's still early too. It's still early.
Yeah, it's early. But you got Steve Wilkes getting interviews and Jim Harbaugh. Steve Wilkes.
I think I seen Atlanta might. I think I seen somebody might interview Bieniemy, but yeah, like you said, it's not enough steam to spark anything.
Well, I told the Brico that his team sucks. My song. I sent him the message. I sent him a message during the game. Then I told him when I saw him, can't hear response. So I had to make sure that he heard me.
They got to go, bro. Because even without AJ Brown, they got away from trying to run the ball so quick. With you got Swift, Gainwell. They got away from the run.
Listen, my biggest issue with quarterbacks, with coaches in the National Football League, like Sirianni, Sirianni has the same disease that Michael Parsons has and C.J. Gardner-Johnson has, and a lot of these players have in the NBA and in the NFL. Even Deebo Samuels have this. You gotta shut the hell up sometimes, man. Just play ball. Like Deebo might be carrying a big stick. He might be like Prime, where he could talk and go out and walk it, but still, you putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be great. Added pressure. Like Sirianni was talking to the fans, going into the tunnel, you know,
the Chiefs,
just talking a lot of shit, man. And now, you know, I just feel like, man, we in an era of sports that's really messed up with all the podcasts and all the unnecessary conversation being had. Just go out and play, man. It's embarrassing when you get humiliated by a 7 seed. You talking about you're gonna be phenomenal. I can't get over that, man. That's crazy.
But you know what? See, you just said it. If Sirianni didn't run his damn mouth so much, we wouldn't be so skeptical of him. Because we would say, well, they're beat up, injured, this and that. We'd probably give him a pass.
But they base their whole entire offense. What's the best play they have in their playbook? You see where y'all know Philly?
The tush push.
Yeah, come on.
And it didn't work last night.
It didn't work.
Come on, man.
Well, the Eagles got a lot of work to do. Oh, yeah, I do want to ask this one question before we move on. Do the Browns look dumb getting rid of Baker? I'll start with Flowers first.
Yes, and I'm only saying this because you paid Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed, and you got a 4-string quarterback leading into the playoffs. Hell, Baker could have did that. That's why I say that. And that's more Kevin Stefanski didn't want Baker, and this and that. New regime. Baker had 3 or 4 coaches, and shout out to Baker Mayfield. I almost made him my stud of the week. Because he's been through so much, and you do have to give credit where credit due. Because I know, a lot of people gave the kid a lot of flack and a lot of shit. Him coming out of college, he made a lot of bad decisions, this and that. But he's come around, man, and he's playing well. And he can get the guys behind him, So I can't really knock that. But he has come a long way prior to him going into Cleveland and playing. That I will say.
Yep. What's your thoughts on Baker and the Browns moving on from
Cleveland?
RC?
It's Cleveland, man. It's like it's hard for anybody to win there. They got tradition of losing. It was was best for both sides. I mean, Baker needed to change the scenery. I think passing through by McVay helped Baker revive his career and getting some coaching and probably, rejuvenated him as a quarterback. But I'm happy for Baker, man. I think I hear Shannon Sharp shitting on him, and a lot of people shitting on him. Like, I'm all for the quarterback because I understand they need, all the skill players and the linemen and the running backs to be great for them to be great. I'm always standing on the soapbox because I understand, like, it's a really hard position to play if you ain't got your shit together. If y'all all ain't on the same page. So seeing him bounce back and play the way he's playing, I'm happy for him. Cleveland, to me, will always be what they are. You always be trying to figure it out. And so hopefully Deshaun gets back to the form that he once was. But shout out to Baker, man. Keep doing your thing.
Right on. Like I said, I'm making fun of I'm making fun of the Buccaneers before the season started, and they proved me wrong.
Yeah.
They proved me wrong. All right, let's get into some sports news. Adam Schefter reported he believed that the Chargers have identified Jim Harbaugh as somebody who is of great interest to them, and Jim Harbaugh thinks Justin Herbert is a great interest to him.
Yep.
So hey, y'all, we called it, right?
Look,
we said it'll be a perfect fit.
If Harbaugh goes to the Chargers, they're gonna win that division next year. They're going to the playoffs.
Right. All right. The Falcons owner Arthur Blank met personally with Bill Belichick to discuss Atlanta's head coach vacancy, and there's mutual interest from both sides.
I feel sorry for them players and Bill Belichick get that job in Atlanta. Listen, man, you're talking about no strip clubs. You're talking about no wings. You're talking about no Migos in the locker room. You gotta understand, Bill Belichick is the guy that probably wakes up in the morning and he probably just he looks like he's always pissed off, mad, frustrated, angry. That's not what we see in coaching no more, man. Like, the press conferences look like Cam Newton when he would lose. So I feel like that's not a good fit. It's like who can I put Joe Osteen moving to Atlanta? Like, what are we doing, man? Like, come on, bro.
The Atlanta Falcons, they do need some discipline. They knew this, and I don't know. Atlanta defense is legit. Yeah, Atlanta needs some discipline. They are bad. Ain't
no big booty women in New England. He gonna be driving to work in the morning. It's like, come on, man. Don't take that job.
Well, you know, Belichick's single now, so he might be looking for something in Atlanta.
Say, damn.
Belichick get some of that brown. So he gonna bust his heart. You got me, man. Let me tell you something, man. I want to see it because this is kind of the downfall of it's like the back nine. It's like just imagine Bill Belichick, because in Atlanta, if you know how they are, they play all their rap music, they do all this stuff. T.I.'s there, everybody's there. You got little boy stand no business, he gonna be there. And you got Belichick over there with his sleeve cut off, just standing there. They crunk as a mug. The Saints and the Falcons, when you go to those games, it be lit. So you got Belichick
like that shit. He gonna like that shit. He gonna like that.
Like, what I'm doing here?
Oh, man. Look, I'm sorry.
Come on, bro.
Is it like if the Belichick go there, that means they got a final quarterback? Cause he definitely not riding with Ritter or Heineke. And I wonder how Kyle Pitts gonna play for Bill Belichick.
I think Kyle Pitts just needs a quarterback.
It's a bad fit, dog. That's a bad fit, bro.
I want to say something real quick about Bill, because I know we give Bill shit. I heard Tony Dunn just say something about Bill Belichick before I got on this podcast. He was saying when Tony was assistant coach for the Giants, I want to say. No, he was a player, excuse me. He said Bill taught him how to block a punt, as far as focusing on the ball. I'm trying to make this a short story. Next practice, he blocks a punt. He goes in the interview for a job with the Giants, and Bill asked him a question. And Tony said that he didn't have an answer for the question because he never seen it. And he said Bill told him, you never give that answer because you always need to have a plan for something that you don't think is going to happen. Great advice. And what Tony pretty much said was when he used to play against the Patriots, there was always a team that he said, you're going to have to go out and beat them because they're not going to beat themselves. That is a true statement.
Well, I believe all that's great.
At that time.
In
Back
Atlanta,
in the heyday.
look,
In
bro,
Atlanta though, yeah.
man, listen. I'm trying to
Let
tell
that know
you,
when
I
go.
can't see it. Bro, that's a bad fit. That's like that is
It's
the
a
most.
part.
That's
I
the
don't think he's gonna go to
weirdest
Atlanta.
marriage ever. That's like Dennis Rodman being married to give me a name, Oprah Winfrey. It's like, wait, what we doing? And so it's like, can you see Bill Belichick trying to relate to Drake London and Kyle Pitts and like just being the Atlanta culture? Like it just I don't see him. I think he should go to Washington, man. I think he should
I
go to
think
the Commanders.
Washington don't want him.
I'm of the mindset, I'm ready for them guys to retire. Like because
Yeah,
if
like
he,
I feel like I was about to say I feel like Bill Belichick should be on a personnel staff somewhere.
right.
Like he
But I'm
should
gonna
He
be
tell
wants
our
you
that
coach.
all-time record. I'm
who
telling you,
would
he
do
wants that
good
all-time winning record.
in Atlanta. Pete Carroll still got swag. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Pete
yeah.
Carroll, he would do good in Atlanta because he understands the culture. He adapts to environments. He be chewing his fuck out that gum. He be chewing the gum. Like that gum got to be flavorless by the time he put in
Quick.
there 2, 3, 4, 5 chews. It's gone.
Second drive.
But
Gone.
but my thing is with Belichick, what y'all got to understand, it's kind of like when Brady left New England, people were beating down that door because it's Brady. But ain't nobody beating down Belichick's door, man,
Yeah, I
because
want to
he
see.
gonna come in and he gonna try to do it his way, and that way is gone. But it's like Parcells after he leaves the Giants. It's kind of like, it's just
Yeah, time to
like,
put it to rest.
I just
yeah.
think he needs to go to it. I don't think it's gone. I'm sticking up for Belichick.
I'm tired of Belichick, man. I'm like after watching New England's the
Mm.
last 2-3 seasons,
Well,
man. I'm just
let me say this. I'm gonna say this and move on, and I think y'all will agree with me. Get them a decent offense in New England. You don't think they would have made playoffs and made a run, maybe?
yeah,
No, bro.
kind of defense was legit before they lost a couple of corners.
That 3 yards in
I
the
mean,
cloud of dust. Ain't no dust in New England.
Well, that's why
but
I
he
said
chose
if he actually had
Matt
a
Jones.
legitimate
That's the
offense.
problem, though. Like, can
Can you admit this?
quarterback?
Can you admit this? And I'm gonna take Tomlin out of this, and I'm gonna say Sean Payton, Mike McCarthy, Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll. The issue is they running out of time. I love them. As I age as a man, I understand it's not really smart because if you start when I remember calling people old and phasing them out, and now I'm headed that way. So I don't want to phase them out and say they can't do the job. It's not them. It's the culture. It's these kids. Think about it. Justin Jefferson is running through a secondary and not getting touched. Belichick came in an era where he was laying, his defenses were assassins. Tomlin coached guys where he was Rondé Barber and John Lynch. The time has changed. Sean Payton used to having Drew Brees, and he didn't have to worry about arguing with a Russell Wilson. Sean Payton knew that Drew Brees was going to do what he said, and it was going to get. Time has changed, bro. It's all about.
I feel you on that seat. My counter to that is, if I know you're a proven commodity, why wouldn't I buy in?
I mean, it's kind of like the Knicks. The Knicks bringing in Phil Jackson and thinking they're gonna squeeze out the Phil Jackson that was in Chicago. I get that. Times have changed, man. Like I think, and it's really rare in its ugly head in Denver because you gotta understand, bro. This dude that lost it. Is he drinking? I think he in Canada drinking. Did y'all see what he just put up under there?
Yeah, he said Bills lying Super Bowl. What's up, Randy?
Randy,
I don't know about that, Randy. Maybe it might be. If I said it could be Bills, it could be Ravens. It could be Ravens 49ers or Bills and 49ers. I could see.
Well, look, man, anything possible because I swear I put this on everything I love. I knew that the Packers were going to be competitive, but I thought Dallas was going to walk their ass.
Yeah, me too.
Down.
One more thing about Bill Belichick. We saw Nick Saban retire because he said he's too old for this.
Okay, come on, talk to me now.
All the NIL money, when he had to do all that. Alabama was the top dog, so that was why people wanted to go to Alabama. Now people getting paid, so now you got to work a little bit more, sell a little better. Can't sell the name Alabama.
That's all that was.
Yeah. So now he's tired. He said he's too old for this, man. The game changed. So.
He's making my point. So, but he also a liar because if they beat Michigan and go on to beat Washington, he's back recruiting. Because from what my sources tell me, ESPN, they said that dude waited up to the last hour to tell his team he was going to retire. He didn't know what he was going to do. but he probably
It probably up, yeah.
He probably got that phone call. Hey, 250,000. Who it is? Start linebacker. I'm a linebacker down in Miami, Florida. I want 250,000. No, I ain't coming to Bama. Hold on one second. I got 250,000. I'm about to retire. Listen to that. I gotta retire. Listen, you know who got 250,000? Florida State. You see what Florida State doing? They cleaning up. So you gotta
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, the NIL, they paying money now. It's like, hey, come out here for
Bama
about
got all the money in the world though.
Yeah, but it's different now. It's
no. They don't. They got two schools in the SEC that you know. Texas got loan money, so you got all money from Texas
A&M, but they don't know how to use it though. A&M then had the most money in the SEC.
But you added Texas in there too. See, Texas coming in there, so that's two schools with all money. You ain't got all money in Alabama. You know they got old racist money in Alabama. They got no damn all money.
Which is long? Which is longer, the old racist money or the old
racist money?
All money. Racist money long too now because they
somebody
from other states. Hey, run me
somebody said. So, hey, somebody said Jerry Jones. Nah, Jerry, man. Hey, we cool with Jerry.
Y'all see what I sent y'all earlier.
Right.
I ain't cool with Jerry Jones. Damn Jerry Jones. I seen how he looked at that brother in that picture. He was looking like this. I can't say what he said, but I know what he said. I know that look.
Hey, did y'all see RCDC video, Jerry Jones? I couldn't play it on. Okay, it was way too much cursing on that, but hey, y'all need to go watch it. Y'all haven't watched it, but it was Jerry Jones. He was acting like Jerry Jones.
I want to answer a question I just seen from Randy. I think it was Randy put this in the chat.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni's job's in trouble. Will he be softer after if he's out there?
Yes and no. Listen to me, Randy. I always wonder how, and I told y'all this. How in the hell did Nick Sirianni get this job in the first place? He was in Indianapolis for 4 or 5 years.
Ask Cat Williams.
Did not call one single play in Indianapolis, and he turns around and gets a job. He got that job before Bieniemy, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Hey, Flower. Ask Cat Williams how he got the job. Cat tell you how he got the
job. Industry plant.
Cat Williams gonna say, I passed by the bathroom and he was on his knees. That's what Cat Williams.
Oh, now. Dang.
I can't do that to get a job.
Because it's sideburns.
What up?
All right, Houdini said, "What's up, Cass? What's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in, man. Much love." All right, let's go and get through this sports news, man. Let's go and get through this. All right, George Pickens came out and said this after the game. He said, "You can't play the Bills and the refs at the same time."
Oh shit!
You can't get everything away, George Pickens. I mean, you're a great talent and all, but man, you complain. And I know the exact play he's talking about. Yeah, because he was being held on it.
Yeah, he was.
You know,
but the refs didn't help him fumble. Did it?
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
There's other things that that amounted in y'all losing this game.
And then the refs cheated the Bills on another fumble.
They didn't give the Bills the fumble. That was a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fumble.
Yep. So what he complaining about? Win a little bit both ways.
Another one of them Georgia players.
All right. Here it is. Jason Kelsey retired.
Salute to him, man. Salute to him, man. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it for him, man. He's a good dude.
Tough guy.
Yep. And all right, this is a pretty big deal right here in Giants land. Brian DeBall, they said he had Dable had very destructive sideline antics this season. A team source said. Somebody say he has no composure. Apparently, DeBall told Wink not to blow the Washington game like he did with the Jets. That's what he told his assistant coach. He told him, don't blow the game like he did with the Jets. So then they say he came out and said, he told another coordinator, you're going to lose this game just like you lost us the Jets game. Dable griped on the headset, according to numerous sources in the building. Then Dable apparently made offense coordinator Mike what's that? Kaflaka? What's his name? Mike Kaflaka?
Khalifa, what's his name?
Khalifa, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he made him call run plays, and after the ball didn't like the play, he flipped out on him. So he told Khalifa, he said, run the ball. Then he called the run play, and the ball was like, he said the ball was like he would run this mother something. So it's like he told Kaflaka to run the ball. Then he got pissed because he called the wrong run play. That's basically what happened.
Well, that's one of them. That's one of those. Don't he come off up on the Belichick's tree, coaching tree?
Yep.
Okay, so you got Matt Patricia with that BS that Philadelphia did, pulling that defensive coordinator out and putting him back there, and it got worse. It was like they just think Belichick disciples are gonna just automatically save them from whatever they already are. I'm not surprised. I seen that when they hired him. To me, they all want to be Bill. They don't have their own identity, and if that's how he carried on, that's why that team went the opposite direction of right. So I don't like them disciples of Bill Belichick.
I did hear some stuff. Wink Martindale is defense coordinator, right?
Yeah, I like him.
Giants.
Good coach.
Him and Dable had some words. I remember hearing this last week. Him and Dable had some words because he fired
his staff.
Martin Winkdale's staff. Yeah, and they had some words. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
that was
like Buddy
a week and a half ago.
Wink like Buddy Ryan. He come from that tree.
They say he cussing out coordinators, and that's wild to tell somebody during the game. He told Wink, "Don't screw up this game just like you did the Jets game."
Like, flipped out. Hasn't been bad though. Like that was a solid group if you honestly look at it.
Yeah, he told
the offense was lacking.
I don't know, bro. I would took my headset off. I would have come see him.
Man, we had some fighting there. We've been fighting. That's true.
Yeah, like how you gonna tell me it's a kind of, I think the Jets were driving. I think the report said that he was driving, and he told him he called the play, said don't screw up like you did the Commanders game.
I told him, Alpha, put some points on the board.
Right. I'm doing all the work over here.
I told him, shut up if you get knocked out like your daddy used to do. Like, hey, you hanging out with Bill Belichick. See, this is the thing too. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a very sensitive group of people now coaching in the National Football League. You can't say the stuff. That's why they don't want Eric Bieniemy to get a job, because Eric Bieniemy is talking crazy to Adrian Peterson and Patrick Mahomes. So these guys are extremely sensitive. So Dable might have went too far, but the Giants,
they wasn't dropping balls when Bieniemy was in Kansas City.
No, not at all.
But I'm saying, like, the ball. Well, Dable, he can't say stuff like that, and the team ain't even moving the football the whole game. Like, they not putting up no points. Like, come on, bro, don't come for me like that. Cause I would say it like that. Like, I would say something like, "How many passing yards had Daniel Jones got right now? What's the score?" So don't even say nothing like that. 3 and out. Can my guys rest? Yeah, right. Houdini said that's America for you.
New America. Yeah.
New America.
No accountability whatsoever.
Yeah, no accountability. They always want to place blame somewhere else.
No unity, no accountability. That's my two key ones right there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So did y'all see those reports from the Wizards? They are seeking 2 firsts for Kyle Kuzma.
Well, they gonna call them Captain Sable holes up down there in Los Angeles to see if they can get a steal. Cause let me tell you something right now.
Well, they ain't got nothing to give.
Listen, yes they do. They got a lot of love to give. Man.
So you said LA did trade back for Kuzma?
The Lakers would buy on Kuzma right now because they just feel like, to me, I feel like it's just LeBron. He always needs something. I always say about good teams. Good teams are always looking for something if somebody to replace. Have Denver made a trade in the last 3 years for somebody? Nope. They just play with what they have. But trust me, the Lakers are going to look at Kyle Kuzma.
What they going to trade the 2035th first round?
No, they're going to trade that in season tournament banner. They're going to trade that.
And we're throwing the trophy.
Hey, ball up FedEx. Red to Washington.
But RC, something you said the last episode that the Lakers shouldn't do. Well, there are talks between Javante Murray and the Lakers. So they are having talks about
I
acquiring
don't
him.
think that's a good fit either.
So he can go over there and be the fall guy for LeBron James. We saw Russell Westbrook. We saw freaking who was with the guy, the original regime with Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart and Lonzo Ball. It's always somebody else's damn fault. So you're gonna bring this guy over there and be like having this kid who likes to attack the basket, like to have the ball in his hand, stand in the corner and shoot threes. I already know how the movie gonna go.
Yep.
Ricky gonna get killed. So
You seen it? This is part 3. You already know how it's gonna play. All right. Before we move on to stud and dud, Randy said, what's that? Shams? I don't know how to say his name. Shams saying Pacers saying 3 first picks for Pascal.
yeah,
I'm only going to answer the text unless Miles Turner is part of the trade. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Randy, but I don't think Indiana want to give up Miles Turner because of him being that ankle foot that they need. Because they already don't have any size. So if they give up Miles Turner for Siakam, they're losing size unless they're gonna bring somebody else in. And I know y'all don't need any wings. I'm with you, Randy. They need.
Yeah.
I would want Miles Turner too. I wouldn't want any more guards. Y'all got enough guards.
So they got tweeners. They got guys that can play 2, 3, and 4. They got, Scotty Barnes and Barrett. They can play the 2 and 3, and Barnes can play the 4 and the 5 if you want him to in this era of basketball. So Siakam, I see why they're trying to trade Siakam.
Miles Turner, they can run 5 out. That I will say.
Right. We shall see. All right, before we move on to stud and dud, I just want y'all to name this fit.
He looks so uncomfortable walking in that shit.
Name this fit. He almost like a dang peacock.
Pelican fly.
But why they always use the brothers, man? Like I never.
Why do they put this shit on? See?
But this is the thing. Listen. One thing, since we came over here from wherever the hell we come from, and we did come from Africa to here, why they always trying shit out on us, and we always available to try out dumb shit like this? Like, listen.
Oh my God.
Listen to what I'm going to tell you something, man. If you want to advertise something stupid, crazy, or don't make sense, or he's screaming that's fashion, but you would get clowned if he wasn't famous. If he wasn't famous, I saw earlier today Rashad McCants had on a big hat and some big red boots. Like, I don't see freaking Nick Bosa coming to the game with a freaking a kite sweater on. That looked like a balloon sweater.
You are right, Randy.
Bro, I can't even envision Travis Kelce putting that shit on. I can't even envision Tom Brady. You can't get Peyton Manning in no shit like that, but you can get this guy. Man,
I don't get it.
I know a guy. Stephon Diggs. I know a guy.
If he was in the hood, if anybody on this panel put that shit on, we laughing at you.
He getting chased out the hood. He getting chased out.
Can you see this flowers?
He gonna piss off somebody.
We get on the show and Ben sitting up high like this, his shoulders high.
Like, on shoulder pads?
Hey, if I come dress up in any other type of fashion like this, just know I made it. Just know I got money.
A wise man once said, God rest his soul, he said, take that monkey shit off, you embarrassing us. Shout out to Pimp C. That's exactly what that is right there. Take that monkey shit off, you embarrassing us. You, Russell Westbrook, who else wear that?
They didn't start doing it until the pimp died, because the pimp stay on your ass about when.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you somebody else. Kyle Kuzma with the balloon outfits.
Yes, Kyle Kuzma. He not even my favorite player anymore because of all that stuff he been wearing. I can't co-sign
I don't get it. Like, what's wrong with wearing a pullover or
that nigga?
Suit?
Listen, I said,
nice suit.
That nigga, he look like a Negro robot. Like.
How much they paying him? How much they gotta be paying him? They gotta be paying him. They got
like
Randy
said,
brand.
He look like Toucan Sam, so he must got a box of damn cereal wearing that
shit.
Man, it was like he must got his shoulder pads on under that, because I mean I come to the game ready to play head fool like that. like Kyle Kuzma be wearing some crazy stuff too. Like,
yeah,
bro,
Randy said Kyle Kuzma is a lunatic.
Yeah.
Oh
Kyle
man,
Kuzma came to one game with a black air balloon on.
I remember that.
It's hot air balloon.
Jumped
bro, that
off
guy
a-
be
jumped off a
daring. That
building
guy
with
be
a float.
daring him. Like, bro, what? I bet you won't wear this. He like, all right,
No,
watch this.
that's it. Like Russell Westbrook was honestly, he the one that used to bother me the most.
Yes.
That shit ain't fashion, my brother.
No.
You grew up in Los Angeles. You couldn't wear that shit when you were young before the
Never.
fame.
Do you remember? You remember when James Harden was on this fashion kick? Like, I remember one Christmas day, James Harden had on the Grinch that stole Hollywood.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
like-
green fuzzy sweatshirt, whatever it was.
Man,
Yeah, it was terrible.
that's how. But I thought Diggs had on the black skirt going into the game. Did you see that?
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that's the other photo I showed y'all. What a couple weeks ago. Hey, that's it right there.
Blink if you need help, Stephen Diggs. Just blink twice, please.
That's what Cat we would be talking about. All right, let's go ahead and go into stud and dud, shall we? All right, man. Say hit the button again. All right, Flower, so you're a stud.
My stud is Josh Allen.
J.A.
Josh steps up, and he's going to get the first down. Oh, and there he goes. No one's going to get him. Incredible. Breaks it for the touchdown. 52 yards.
That's the Josh Allen I know right there.
Look, everybody was trying to say that he was trying to fake slide. No, he wouldn't.
No, it wasn't. He did.
Right. Pretty much
Yeah, he
what
did a
Josh
little
Allen did.
shoulder shrug.
For all my Madden players, he hit down on the right analog.
He did that.
He did a little stutter step. He hit him with the little okey-doke. You know what I'm saying?
Heads,
You gotta sell it.
Yep.
All right, RC, who your stud?
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Hey, Jordan Love.
Sure.
Eye on our corners and our secondary have come through time and time again, but they can't keep letting Aaron Jones run this down their face.
Fake it to him here. Love, back foot, has a man wide open. It's going to be caught by Musgrave, racing towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
That's what happened when you run the ball.
Hey, man,
Right.
on that one play right there, that is the exact same play Kittle's run, man. They run the same stuff, man. That is crazy. Come on, Dallas.
They should know that. They've seen it before. All right, my stud is Jared Goff.
What?
His
Wait
first
a
win in
minute.
Detroit. I had to give it to Jared because you know what I'm saying. He got the first win in Detroit. So
Well, you a backwards hater.
nah.
Yeah.
Hey, I know
Like
when it's
quick
so.
crossing.
I know when it's so people love. I know.
Lined up to the backfield, and they switch it out here. 4th and a long yard. 2 for the touchdown. Goff looking to throw. Throws back to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit again. 3 for 3.
Hey,
Good to see the quarterback.
on this show, who been bigging up? I called this last year that they would be doing what they're doing this year. But also, me and Flowers been talking about Jared Goff, and you even put a poll up. You even put a poll up. I got receipts. You've been dragging for that, man. We don't want you over here. Stay over there.
But you didn't say
Sounds
anything
like-
when he lost to
sounds like
Dallas
alarm
and
on
when
the
he
box.
lost to Green Bay. You weren't saying
Listen.
nothing then. You kind of
Well,
quiet.
I'm of the mindset you can't just because you lose don't mean I'm gonna jump off the bandwagon. I feel like to me, I've seen enough of the body of work. We've been trying to tell you Jared Goff was legit. We trying to tell you.
I don't think he's legit. I think he just had a good game.
Still don't think you're a top 10 quarterback?
No, I do not.
Okay.
All right. Flowers, who your dud?
My dud was Joe Flacco.
Don't ain't retired, Joe.
Joe effed it up.
They run it. Flacco dials it up. Picked off again. Christian Harris is going to go. Back-to-back pick sixes.
Excuse my language.
He got
You
lazy.
think You seen Joe
got lazy.
Joe started running. He was like, "Oh shit."
I gotta say it. So excuse my language. Joe be throwing them fucking balls, man. Just fuck it.
He do.
You know what I say? He got lazy. He didn't even read the defense. He just threw it. He just saw it. He didn't read the defense at all. At all. All right, RC, who your dud?
Hey man, I'm over here eating some blueberries, but James Badberry, it should be his damn name.
I like it.
Trash.
Oh my goodness.
They're not out of this game, but they've got to start having some answers on the offensive side of the ball.
2nd and 4. Here's another broken tackle. This is the rookie Trey Palmer, and he is gone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bradbury missed the tackle, and Trey Palmer did the rest.
Hey,
that's a routine
He started to get on up there with your boy that used to play for the Saints, Eli Apple. He looked a little Eli Apple-ish. Like, you pick on Bradbury. Bradbury is bad.
They threw Rashard White a ball on like a 3rd down. He had him in the backfield. He came at Rashard White. What's his name? The white kid, the running back, the same way.
Rashard White. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, broke a tackle, gets the 1st down, man. Bradbury, oh my goodness.
Man, Randy, I have golf next week versus Buccaneers. I have the Lions.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Why do they continue to go up high on receivers instead of just breaking down?
What happened to breaking down and tackling? You don't
That's
see.
what
You don't see.
Ray Lewis said. Ray Lewis said that they don't
He
even
just
practice keeping them in the cup.
They lunge at people.
Yep.
He didn't wrap up. He kind of just like gave him a half a hug and like hit him up top. He hit him like up here. Some players are strong up here.
You ain't packing no punch like that as a corner.
And
Put anybody down like that.
I remember watching defense where you'll see a few defenses this year that do this. When one guy hits, everybody coming. It's like
run
all
to the
back
ball.
to the football. Like that's not good.
Yeah, Saints do that. Saints are good. I say they are good at
they rally to the
football. Yeah, that was Ray Lewis talking about. Mm-hmm. He said, you got help in the inside. So why in the world did you tackle him like?
Great example. The Texans. Great tackling team this past weekend. Everybody ran to the ball. Yep. Everybody was stout. Oh man, great example right there. Run to the ball, man. You like one person can't run to the ball. I was taught when I played, all 11 people need to run to the football.
Right, because you never know what's gonna happen. We saw times where receivers break tackles and he on the run, and they should know a defensive lineman come up behind and just punch the ball out. We've seen that happen. We've seen hustle plays create turnovers. So man, it blows my mind when I see team especially defense not rallying to the football. Then I know it's a coaching problem. They not doing their job.
Forever get noticed. I'm sorry, man. Mm-hmm. Hustling will forever get noticed and unnoticed. Remember that.
Right. Look what the Saints did to Trey Henderson. Trey Henderson hustled his butt off. But hey, he found a team that loved him and he got paid. All right, my dud is Tua Fish.
Not the dolphin, the fish.
35, Tua puts it up, high and intercepted. It's Mike Edwards in the back, coming up with the pick.
What is it about? What is it about the quarterback this past weekend missing high and bad in the middle of the field? Like,
he threw off his back foot. He threw that pass backing up.
Yeah,
that's why it sailed on that bad. He was all balanced when he threw that.
You got to step into the throw. You got to take the lead. I mean, that's football.
He didn't want to take the lead. He didn't want to take it. He backed up, kept backing up. And then he just okay.
He don't have arm talent like Josh Allen to be dropping back and throwing off your back foot and still making plays. Like, you're not that. You got to step into your throw.
Exactly. And that's why Tua Fish and the Dolphins are heading home. All right, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. Man, I have some great news. I have some really good news. Pete Carmichael was fired today.
Oh, really? It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Hey, man. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party.
Hey, one more to go. One more, DA. We just got to get rid of DA now. We got one more to go.
Yep.
So
that same team is dangerous.
I didn't see that footage of Jameis when he was out in the streets of Noya and the fans were telling him you did right. And he was just like, God bless you. I
didn't know DA was a joke, man. Like,
bro, listen, that is for the people that's telling him he did right, man. That is why they are losing. That's why they are losing. Because, I mean, you're glorifying something. You're not saying what a bad season we had. We're talking about what you did. You made it about y'all.
But
versus
that's
saying, let's move
connected
on.
to DA.
No,
if
but
Sean
that's
Payton,
but about
you know what Sean Payton would have told him? Go run that ball in.
And that's why,
No.
and that's why Michael Thomas got hurt right there because of that.
Right, bro. I wouldn't say this because I got a little pushback from the video you put out. The people that have seen it, man, why you so hard on Jameis Winston? I ain't never said a bad word about Jameis Winston on this show. That wasn't true. But what I told this guy is, I said, he's always the brunt of the joke. Like, if Carr would have did that, okay, he's a starting quarterback. Negro, you the backup quarterback. And you always got a camera in your face. They always catch you on the sideline doing some. I mean, Alvin's on the bench looking at the score. I'm talking about, dude. Yo, even the way you train, even the way you talk, Florida State. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it big, did. And then you ball your fingers up, and I'm doing all the stuff he did. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's who your leader is. That's who you happy about. Okay, that's why you ain't in the playoffs, dog, right there. Because your leader is a goofball.
Hey, no, it had to be done, RC. Somebody had to do it, and he was a sacrificial lamb. He was a sacrificial lamb, but somebody had to do it.
What? And listen, if you go do clown shit, go get Bozo, because he always ready to do dumb shit like that.
And that's why he did it.
Come on, bro. And then Derek Carr is nowhere to be found. He got sent. He ain't doing that.
His teammates sold him out too, Ben.
Sure did, dog. Ain't nobody said nothing about nothing.
Well, this is what I heard. I heard at first it was a team decision for the play, and then they retracted the statement and said it was Jameis Winston. So, okay, so which one is it?
Oh, dang.
But look, is this not his neck when he talk, Ben?
You got book your eyes.
Crazy.
He having a little barrel neck. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. I'm like,
hey,
come on, dog.
Well, I'm not really just a big James fan, but I'm glad he did it because he put a spotlight on DA. Because he been lost the locker room way before that. Kamara was dropping some liminal messages, about the team.
I'm never for disrespecting the general, because at the end of the day, I didn't have the best coach, but I didn't disrespect him. You know, I feel like you have to have the understanding of what your job is and where you are at in your career, and because you got to go play somewhere else. Like what if this is a black eye on him getting a job somewhere else? He might can only play in New Orleans, because Jameis is known. It's kind of like JaVale McGee. He's known for the dumb shit. So let's hope he gets that and somebody pulls him to the side. You don't do that. Let Derek Carr do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's an unrestricted free agent, I believe, this year. So we're gonna see. All right, guys, that's a show. Good show. We'll be back Friday with our game analysis for the upcoming playoff games. We're gonna do NBA talk. We're gonna be doing NBA talk. So Dustin will be on. And next week, Randy from the What's Up Sports Podcast will be on. So, man, it's gonna be a great episode. We can't wait. It's gonna be straight fire. Yes, sir. Canada.
What Bart's gonna say? The South Antonio can't wait.
Yes. So, man, it's gonna be a great episode. Y'all don't miss it next Tuesday. All right, guys. Oh yeah, we are brought to you by Bet Us Before We Leave. Place your bet through Bet Us. We got your game. Win big. Time is now. So go head over to the website and place your bets. All right, guys. Anything else y'all want to bring up?
That's it, man. Y'all be safe, man. Stay
Great
moving.
show, man.
Oh yeah, Randy said he can't wait. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Go
guys.
Maple Leaf.
Maple syrup gang, baby.
All right, guys. We are out of here. Y'all be easy.
Yeah. It's Keys. Yeah. Man, every time I turn around, they always worried about what I'm doing. Facts. Why is that? Because I'm blessed. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not. We winning or not. We winning or not. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not. We winning or not. We winning or not. They so concerned with keys. Why they so worried about keys? I'm about to run at the score. Drop all threes. Moving like ghosts. Didn't mean no boast. Keep talking about what they gon' do. Keys, who you for? With you. Can't take no breaks. It's no days off. Money keep calling. It ain't no stalling. Put me in the game. You know that I'm ballin'. Haters always talking. Partner keep hating. Sit on the bench. Three in your face. Splash. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not. We winning or not. We winning or not. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not. We winning or not. We winning or not. I'ma secure that bag. Don't got time to waste. Stack all blue faces in different cases. I'm bad. You smell my scent. I'm getting to the money. It's common sense. How many points you drop? How many you assist? How many shots you take? How many bricks? No double. I just dropped the triple. You don't know me. You don't. Stay the fuck on my business. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not. We winning or not. We winning or not. I want the ball in my